The right care, right at home. Australia's premier in-home care provider. Local legends want it. A Bowls Green is just up the road. Search Bowls Clubs near me.
From the wide outdoors to the great indoors, this is Without Bias.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Without Bias, right here on 1116 SEN, your home of sport. Of course, for Bowls Australia, a Bowls Club is right around the corner. Search Bowling Greens near me. Val Febbo here with you with a big show tonight because we've got the Geelong Jets. They've announced the first couple of players that are going to be playing for them at BPL 20, and Dawn Hayman, one of those, is going to join me a little later on. But another gentleman who is going to be featuring prominently towards the back end of the year is Kane Nelson, a right-at-home emerging Jackaroo who has been selected to go to Hong Kong for the World Bowls Junior Championships later, or Junior Indoor Championships later this year. And he joins me on the line. Kane, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Val. Cheers. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. Super chuffed with the selection for the World Under-25s and, yeah, really looking forward to it.
Well, yeah, congrats on the selection. It's an amazing little period for you coming up. But how stoked were you with the call-up?
Yeah, I was super excited. It was sort of the event that I was targeting going into the NDS. So yeah, to get the call-up's really special and, yeah, really honoured to be playing.
What was the reaction when the text or email came through?
Like, the feeling was very surreal. As I said, like, very excited. Sort of just, like, it's something you dream of, I guess, and you sort of think back and, like, all the hard work you've put in, like, it's finally starting to pay off, which is pretty cool.
And you've been part of the high-performance setup for a fair while now through the feeder squads. And how much does it mean to you to be able to get to have this opportunity? Because, you know, as you said, it's a lot of hard work. And, it's not easy to get to this position, but you've done it. So, what does it mean to you?
Yeah, it's amazing. And, yeah, just the hard work and all the effort and, like, plenty of thanks have to go to, like, my parents and my brother for pushing me and keeping it going down the right path. So, yeah, it's amazing, really. Words can't sort of just describe it.
And your brother Jacob, he does push you in terms of form. Who gets the better of the relationship there in terms of you played each other in singles? Who would get the win?
Oh, definitely Jacob. He's far better than me. But yeah, obviously it's really good having a brother like Jacob. He's like, one of the best going around. So being able to sort of challenge myself against him and vice versa, like, it's really good just sort of playing games of singles against each other. And if I can sort of keep up and match it with Jacob, I know I'm sort of going okay.
Nice. And to don the green and gold, it's obviously when someone plays a sport in this country, the ultimate would be to wear the Australian colours. So what does that mean to you, the fact that you're going to be able to don the green and gold of Australia at an international event?
Yeah, it's amazing. Playing for Australia is obviously the pinnacle of sport. Just knowing like I have all the support of the nation behind me and just, go and soak it in. And, you look at that when you're a young kid and it's always the goal to play for Australia. But to sort of come to fruition now, which is awesome.
And how much confidence does it give you to get a selection like this? Obviously, you feel as though you're on the right track, you're doing well, but then the fact that your form does get rewarded, how much confidence does that give you?
Yeah, it definitely gives me heaps of confidence going into future events and all that. Just sort of knowing the selectors back me and back my ability gives me a lot of confidence going into my games. Yeah.
And you'll be travelling over with Kira Burke, Kane. How nice is it going with a state teammate and someone that you know fairly well?
Yeah, Kira and I, we played juniors for a fair bit growing up. I remember like all throughout juniors, like we'd be sort of close to getting the overall trophy, and she'd usually always win the gold in the singles and the pairs and just get us over the line. So hopefully she can carry me along again, and yeah, it's going to be good. We know each other really well, so it should be good fun.
Nice. And will you touch base with her a little bit closer to the event and sort of talk about training techniques and sort of confer with what she's doing to try and sort of see if you can gain any other sort of perspectives on how you could do things or anything like that?
Yeah, so we'll probably try and catch up together at some point and maybe put some training in and whatnot. I had a catch up with Lindsay the other day, and she was looking at trying to get us together and just, work on things together and whatnot. So, yeah, hopefully we can put in a bit of work together and go well.
And having Lindsay Clark as your pathways coach, how much does that help, considering she's been there and done that at every single international event that you could imagine?
Yeah, it's amazing having Lindsay right there. She's obviously been at the top of the game, so just being able to go and ask her something whenever we need. She's super approachable and a really nice person, so just being able to get advice off her is fantastic.
Yeah, she's absolutely brilliant. And your training over the next few months, what have you started to sort of put into place in terms of planning and preparation for the event?
It's sort of all new, I guess. I'm going to try and put a bit of research into what the sort of carpet is that we'll be playing over there is. My home club's Capalaba, which we're fortunate enough to have an amazing facility there and 2 undercover carpets. That'll definitely be handy being able to roll up there on carpet, and hopefully that's similar to what we're playing over there, and then just put in practice there. And then obviously play singles over there. Just being able to play Jacob in a game of singles will really help me, I think.
Yeah, very nice. And obviously, I think Hong Kong will be a little bit different to what the event has been like for the last 2 years, being in the UK. So nice and closer to home. Maybe plan a quick Hong Kong trip and see if you can get one in beforehand.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. But probably the bowls calendar's very busy, so there's not much time, unfortunately. Otherwise, that would be ideal.
What does the calendar look like for you? Before we get to some NDS discussion, what's your plan for the next few months in terms of events?
So at the moment there's a slight little bit of downtime, not much, but we're in the middle of our pennant season for Capalaba. So that goes for the next roughly 5 or 6 weeks. And then just some champion stuff, club champs, whatnot, and hopefully come October, I think it is, the Victorian pennant starts again. So I'll be going back down for that.
Who do you play for down here in Victoria?
Moonee Valley, I do. So they're an awesome group of guys down there. So, we'll go back there and hopefully it can go all right.
Very nice. Sounds good. Now, you did just play the National Development Series at Club Tweed. How did you find it?
The NDS is awesome to play in. Probably the best part about it is just getting to meet new people. My team, I'd played with Jack McShane before, but Kate Argent, Bowden, Jody and Jack East, we hadn't actually ever played together before, so it was pretty cool to be able to play with them and get to know them all a little bit better.
Yeah, there's some absolutely great people as well, which is awesome. It gets to combine a lot of the best people in bowls. And what were some of the key takeaways for you from these strict tournament conditions that you're playing in?
It was probably more the off-green stuff rather than the on-green stuff, to be honest. Just obviously playing a lot of games and backing up each day. I think the recovery methods and strategies were really good for me. Just, when you're playing the Aussie Opens and state titles, you're playing so many weeks back to back. Some of those recovery strategies I used to be able to back up each day and be fit for play was really good for me. I learned a fair bit there.
And some of the things that you'll try and work on, will you implement some of those recovery techniques and things like that for when you play normally or when you play at club level?
Yeah, I think so, definitely. Just they had these things, these boots that you got to buy them, but I don't know how to explain it, but the
compression boots.
They squeeze on your legs, and when you get out of them, you feel like you're walking on clouds. So, and they definitely help the next day you go out and play. So that'd be pretty cool to have.
I think everybody that I've spoken to about the National Development Series, I reckon you might be the 4th person now, and every single one of you has mentioned how good the compression boots were. So if there isn't a more glowing endorsement for them, I don't know what is.
Yeah, no, they're real good. They're sort of a little bit painful when they're on because they squeeze your legs pretty tightly, but once you get out of them, they're fantastic.
Unreal. Well, I might have to get a pair for myself. I know they're not cheap, but I might have to try and get a pair for myself and see what all the fuss is about. But Kane, thank you very much for joining me on Without Bias today. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you, and good luck with the rest of the season and in December when the World Bowls Indoor Junior Championships rolls around.
Thank you very much. Hope it goes all right.
Kane Nelson joining me on Without Bias, and we wish him the best of luck for the World Bowls Junior Indoor Championships later this year in Hong Kong. He'll be heading over with Kira Burke. But up next, Dawn Hayman. She's going to join me on the show to chat about her selection for the Sydney Saints in BPL 20. She'll be representing her home club at St John's Park. Can't wait to hear what she has to say after this.
The right care, right at home. Australia's premier in-home care provider. Local legends wanted. A Bowls Green is just up the road. Search Bowls clubs near me.
From the wide outdoors to the great indoors, this is Without Bias.
You're listening to Without Bias here on 1116 SCN, your home of sport. Of course, for Bowls Australia, a Bowls Green is right around the corner. Search Bowls Greens near me. A big thank you to Kane Nelson for joining me in the last segment. But right at home, Jackaroo Dawn Hayman is about to front up for the inaugural lineup of the Sydney Saints at BPL 20. Dawn is a member of St John's Park, the licence owner for the franchise, and she joins me on the line. Dawny, welcome to the show and congratulations on the signing.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Val. Yeah, super excited to be playing in BPL 20 with the Sydney Saints. BPL is one of the highlights of the calendar, I suppose. Twice a year we get to play, so very exciting. And yeah, to be with Sydney Saints is even more exciting.
You must be pumped. This is your home club. The fact that they got the licence is amazing. It's, it was really sought after, but the way that you guys have put things together at St John's Park, it's been so professional, like the Geelong Jets as well. But how pumped are you for this event in November?
Oh, I'm so pumped. To play in any BPL is amazing, but to be able to play for your home club, it doesn't happen very often in BPLs. It's very, very good chance to showcase our club with some of our own players and overseas signing as well. But a lot of the effort has been from Anthony Cotty, our Bowls administrator, and he's just put in a mountain of effort alongside with the board. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it, the preparation he's put in and all the events that are going to come following through with the BPL. It's super exciting times ahead.
Yeah, I spoke to Anthony on BA's podcast, The Right Line, and the way that he outlined the vision for the BPL franchise was quite amazing. He's done an amazing amount of work, so really happy for the club there. And you made your debut at Club Pine Rivers back at BPL 13 for the Perth Suns. This is your fourth franchise now, but I just want to ask you about that debut tournament because there was one night there, I believe it was the Thursday night, where you had the entire crowd in the palm of your hand. How fondly do you remember that evening? Because everything you did turned to gold.
Yeah, I definitely do remember that. I remember skipping that game and just everything kind of happened for me. But yeah, that first BPL was an awesome experience, one to remember definitely, because I can remember sitting at home all the time watching the BPL and thinking, I really want to have a crack at this. I really want to have a crack. And then to get out there and play like I did that night, and have the crowd cheering and carrying on. It was just an awesome experience.
I remember the smile you had on your face. I don't reckon you could have wiped it off if you tried.
No, definitely not. Most enjoyable time.
Yeah, it is. It's quite an amazing tournament. And your most recent Bowls Premier League was in February with the Moreton Bay Pirates. You're a bit of a one franchise or one tournament wonder with them. You came in, helped them to a final, got into the All-Star team, and now you've left. But it's how much did you learn from that experience, making the finals, making the grand final, and getting into the All-Star team?
Yeah, it was a very, very big learning curve. There's a lot of things happening in that BPL, but like we went on a really good run there for a while, and then we lost a few games, and then at the end we needed to win our last game to even make the finals. But having a superstar like Alex Marshall on your team helps that situation. And for me, he just made the whole situation just so calm. There was never any stress or worry or panic. He was just so calm and made everyone else around him calm. And then, the Bowls followed, I suppose. We had a great time. We all got along super duper well. The results followed.
Amazing. And back to this BPL now, or back to St. John's, and it is one of the biggest clubs in the country and supremely successful. How much do you love playing for the club and representing them on, a local scale, but also a national scale?
Yeah, St. John's has been an amazing support for me. I think I've been there just been over 10 years now. And yeah, I couldn't see myself playing anywhere else at the moment. The support they've given me over the 10 years, not just with the bowl side of things, but outside of bowls as well, and all the support from the club. They come around, like the biggest supporters, they'll come around, and I'm sure we'll have a big support base come up to the Pine Rivers for the BPL as well. But yeah, it was just such a big family club, I suppose. Everyone gets along really well and supports everyone.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing it eventually. I've heard nothing but great things from yourself, from Brianna Smith, and one of your teammates, Ben Twist. He's been announced as one of the signings, as has Jamie Walker from England, which is absolutely huge. How pumped are you to walk out alongside them?
Oh, I think it's going to be great. Like, Ben and I have played a fair bit together in recent years, but to have Jamie included in our side, he's just relishing things over in England at the moment. And he goes really well on the indoor surface as well. They play a fair bit over there. So I think we're going to gel really well. I think we're going to be exciting and hopefully good things happen.
100%, and I think he just won the Potters indoor event in 2023. So he's in pretty good form on the carpet. So how much would it mean to you the fact that you guys have put together yourself, who's a reigning All-Star team member and one of the superstars of the sport, Ben Twist, who's won the tournament 3 times, and Jamie Walker, who's an international star. How much would it mean to you to lift the trophy for your own club and its first event? It'd be quite amazing.
Oh, it would be amazing. There'd be nothing else like it. Like Ben's had so much experience in the BPL. I'm a little bit new to it, but yeah, played a few games myself. So I think we've got a good mixture between the three of us.
100%. And finally, back on your last event, Dawn, making that all-star team, it just sort of kick-started what has been a massive year for you. How much did that mean to you to be voted on by the coaches at the BPL as one of the best 3 players in the competition?
Yeah, it was pretty exciting at the end when they called me out as an all-star. But you don't go out and play for that sort of stuff. You just play for the team and try and get the overall win. But like I said before, Alex just made everything so easy, and I was just so relaxed to play with him. And I guess my bowls followed that.
Are you spewing you have to play against him now?
Oh, of course I am.
Yeah, I don't blame you. He's an absolute star. But now just a couple more, but based on your year itself, Dawn, how confident are you at the moment? Because it seems as though you're walking on air. When we watch you play, it just seems as though everything looks easy. I don't know if it feels that way for you, but from an outside point of view, the way that you're playing is sublime. And how does it feel to be Dawn Hayman right now?
Oh, it's pretty cool at the moment. Like, I went through a little bit of a period there for a while after missing comp game selection and a bit of a struggle mentally and trying to get back into it, get myself back in the right headspace to be able to keep moving forward. And then I think it all came from the selection with World Bowls, being able to get firstly selected, but then also to win a silver and a gold. I think has just boosted my confidence immensely. I just lacked a bit of confidence there for a while, but at the moment I think I've got the most confidence I've ever had in my life. And there's been a lot of people help me along the way as well to get me where I need to be. So I'm very thankful for that. But yeah, it's pretty cool just riding the wave that it is as it is at the moment. So hopefully it can keep on going.
And the next few months are going to be fairly busy for you. You've got a massive nationals coming up where that second week you're pretty much going to be playing every day. So how's all the prep going for that?
Yeah, it's good at the moment. Still at the moment, like playing pretty much every week. So I think I'll have plenty of practice up until then. We've got the Nugget coming up, so it'll be good practice up there on Tweed Greens. But yeah, looking forward to it.
Nice. Well, Dawn, thank you very much for joining me on the show. It's been a pleasure chatting BPL and your own form with you, and good luck with the next few months, and very much looking forward to you suiting up for St John's Park and the Sydney Saints at BPL 20 in November. It's going to be a raucous atmosphere, and no doubt you will be in the thick of all of the action with how good you're playing at the moment. So well done, congratulations, and thanks for joining me on the show.
Thanks very much, Val. Thanks for having me.
Dawn Hayman joining me on Without Bias. A big thank you to her for joining me on the show. And, well, she's one of the best in the world at the moment. There is no doubt about that. And I'm looking forward to seeing how her next few months will pan out, especially culminating in BPL 20. She has been on fire. And a big congratulations to the St John's Park team and the Sydney Saints for forming Ben Twist, Dawn Hayman and Jamie Walker as their inaugural BPL lineup. So exciting to see what they're going to be able to do, as well as the Geelong Jets for the team that they've put together as well. So it's going to be the most hotly contested BPL in history. But a big thank you to Dawn and Kane Nelson for joining me on the program this evening. And remember, you can go to bowls.com.au for any news and updates about the sport of bowls in Australia, as well as BA's social media channels on Facebook, X, Instagram, LinkedIn and YouTube. And you can also subscribe to The Right Line, Bowls Australia's official podcast, and that's on Apple, Spotify, Google, and wherever you get your podcast from. But until next week, I'm Val Febbo. Have a lovely week and stay safe, everyone. Happy bowling.